Hello everybody, welcome back to the James Gunnar Solskjaer channel. It's so good to be back and live with you guys. We're not going to mess about. We've got lots to get through and I want you guys to have your say every single step of the way. We're going to put together kind of our team / your team, and at the end of this I will reveal my team, and actually at the end of this we maybe talk about our player of the tournament as well. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out. This is what we're building. This is the formation that is in place here. You know me, as per 4-3-3 or 4-1-2, whatever, right? You know how it works. Mason Mount. Get involved in the chat, and of course you will be heavily involved in the chat because we're getting straight into this. Let's talk goalkeepers. That's the first port of call, and I want you guys in the chat to crack on. So off you go. Write down who you think should be the goalkeeper of the tournament. Okay, so straight in with it. With that, you need to write the player that you need. One player only. Make sure everyone starts voting, gets voting. In terms of nominees for goalkeepers, you got Szczesny, who did really well for Portugal, who did really well for Poland in the tournament. Obviously, they as a team, I thought were rubbish, if I'm honest. You've got Bono in there. Livakovic is another option for Croatia. Obviously did well when it came to penalties. Made 24 saves in the tournament, more than any other goalkeeper. Al Away, do you remember him? Against Argentina for Saudi Arabia. Had an absolute barnstorming game. That's it, guys. Straight into it. Let's have a look, see how you guys are getting on. Here we go. So you guys at the moment, Bono's right at the top there. So what will inevitably happen here, guys, is that I will probably reveal to you what my team is because of the people that you're putting forward, and if I disagree with them. I guess one by one we can go through it, and then I'll reveal it as well. One by one. So here's so you guys are going for Bono at the moment, and fair enough. Okay, I get it. 39%. I am amazed by that. I've got to be honest. I think these are the options. Clive Tilsley. I think look, lad did a job. God bless him. But he let a few in. Martinez I get as well. Martinez, I think he's had one penalty shootout and he's had a couple of good moments. Livakovic has to be the pick here, surely. Livakovic. All those penalty saves. How many saves he got? I've got it written down. He made 11 saves against Brazil. I was at that Brazil game. He was absolutely ridiculous in that game. World-class saves. And not just that, penalty saves, big penalty saves against Japan round before. And then for Brazil, to knock out Brazil. It has to be Livakovic. That's who I'm chucking at the top here. You guys are currently going with Bono. It seems like it's those two, 33% to 26%. I mean, tell me why. I mean, I'm amazed, Bono. I'm absolutely amazed. Noppert as well. Bono has conceded one goal before the semi-final. I get that. Has he made as many saves? I don't think he's made the same amount of saves. He's 2 saves in a penalty shootout, but he was actually he was dodgy prior to that. I'm slowly convincing you guys. It's good. Look, I've spoken long enough. The decision has been made. You have made your choice. Bono. I massively disagree. There's going to be a place for Morocco here. I think we've got to be careful here with this, Morocco, didn't they do well? This is like the team of the tournament. There's going to be a few icons in there, but you can't have a whole team of icons. It's just like we're going to muddy the waters here. We're going to have an absolute mess. But this is your team, so you have to vote. I think you've got as many votes as you want, actually, which I probably shouldn't say. So your first pick is Bono. Amazed by that. Absolutely amazed by that. Let's move into the right back position. Off you go. Let me keep getting this right. They did have the strongest defence in the tournament. That is a good point. Ali. That is a fair point. But that said, I just think Livakovic was miles ahead. Right back now. We're talking right backs. So when it comes to right backs, I think there's 2 options here. It'd be interesting to see if you do it. I'll come away from it. You guys vote. And we'll see what happens when you come back. I think it's Dumfries or Hakimi. I don't think there's anyone else really anywhere near it, if I'm honest. Delo had a couple of moments. It's all flooding in right now. Juranovic, you're saying as well. Kyle Walker. You can't say Kyle Walker. He only played a couple of games. Let's see how you guys are voting at the moment. Hakimi flying out in front. 46.73%. I think that's that. For me, I don't know Molina, yes, for Argentina, he's sat back and done okay. He's offered a bit of whip for the team. But, I mean, I can't... let's be honest. I couldn't pick Molina out of the lineup. Like, it has to be someone that stands out. I was looking at the tackles won. Hakimi's got 23 tackles won in the tournament. And then the next best is like 16 or something like that. It's like, I can't remember who it was. But it's nowhere... No one's anywhere near it. Juranovic... A lot of people saying Juranovic. 17%, 41%. This is a pretty easy one. He's pocketed how many great wingers in this tournament as well. Has to be Hakimi. Has to be Hakimi. Okay, this is good. We're grooving now. We're moving and we're grooving. Moving and grooving. Crucial. And that's what Hakimi's done in this tournament. Let's pop him in. I had Hakimi in my team as well. It was just an absolute no-brainer in terms of how Morocco played as well, how they were able to attack. It was all down to him getting forward for the team a lot of the time. And actually, if you look at their average positions a lot of the time, it was Ziyech and Hakimi, maybe not that high, but it was these two kind of out on their own, and then the rest of them in quite a defensive shape. We'll come back to up there. Will it be a second striker? Will it be a right winger? All we do know is Hakimi is the main man. Right, you know what's coming, don't you? You know what's bloody coming when it comes to team in the tournament. After a right back, before a left back, centre backs. Yes, that's right. Right, let's get this poll going. 37% of you in the end going with Hakimi. We move on to the centre back positions. Now, the top two will be the two that make it in. So vote individually. Make sure you vote individually for your respective choices when it comes to centre-backs. I've got to try and remember my team, which is tricky, isn't it? So nominees here, we've got a few here. And when I'm looking at, say, SofaScore, which we can do, we could do that. We could do that. We could do that for sure, for sure, for sure. Look at the tempo on this bad boy. It's really kicking off. When it comes to average SofaScore ratings, you've got Christensen, Daily Blind, Konaté, who's come in for Upamecano, who's struggled actually against England. Our boy H. Is Harry Maguire in there? Thiago Silva, Laporte, Dejan Lovren. There's a one down there, number 11, I think is got to be the main man. It's interesting to see who you're going for. Oh, the Aussies are here. The Aussies are bloody here, aren't they? Suter with 10% of the vote. If you're Australian, keep voting. Keep voting. Dream for Suter. Can he get in the team in the tournament? Gvardiol, 26.29. Look, he did get destroyed by Messi in that one moment. But again, come back to that Brazil game, which I went to. He was outrageous. And actually, in the Belgium game before, I think Gvardiol is an easy pick. 22%. Konaté, Maguire, Romain Saiss. I think Romain Saiss, I think he's got to be right up there. You're talking about Moroccan players that need to be in there. Here's a stat for you. Saiss had 100% success rate with his aerial duels. 100%. For a team that didn't have much of the ball. That's ridiculous. He's not even that big. Keep voting. Keep voting. Maguire with 8% here. Harley Dean making a late run for it. What we will do is I'll put in the first pick. Look, Suter. Right, Gvardiol, Croatia, where are you? You need to step up now. Just a spamming of Suter. It's a shame. It's a shame. Suter and Gvardiol. I thought Saiss would be right up there. Konaté, I think, has been really impressive. Stones was one of my English players. I nearly put him in my team. I think, look, Gvardiol will definitely be in there. If you don't think that it should be Suter, for anyone who's not Australian, now's the time to pick those other guys. Gvardiol, I think, was out in front before I started talking. So I'm going to pop that one in. Gvardiol, absolute guarantee. He's been absolutely amazing for the whole tournament, apart from one moment in time. Give me one moment in time. Gvardiol, you're in, son. We will take one last look at the poll, and we will find out. Let's go. Oh, this is the problem, isn't it? Everyone starts fighting for their pick. This is very interesting. Guys, if you're enjoying yourself, by the way, do me a favour, hit the like button for me and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell as well. Look at this. Konaté has made a little late run. Is that the Liverpool fans coming into play? And look, Gvardiol's moved down to 4th. I'm not having that. That's not what we did. Look, I almost need to be quiet for this because I'm obviously making too much of an impact on it. Otamendi's a good shout as well. I don't know who's just said that in the chat. Really, really good shout. We can only have 2. Konate's there. Konate pips Suter. Oh, it's brutal. Seems unfair, but these things happen. El Yamik did brilliantly as well. I'm not having Gvardiol in there because you guys picked him. You did. Konate's not played every game. I think that's a bit cheeky. Look, I'm going to have to put this out. And people are going to be like, you're an absolute embarrassment. Not. You picked it, though. This is what I mean. This is your vote. This is your vote. If you make this decision, you make this decision. The Suter's back on top now. Okay, look, I'll tell you what. We've got 5 seconds. 5 seconds, Suter or Konate. It's going to be one of these two. So you have 5 seconds to vote. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They've got the same amount. That's ridiculous. Suter pips 18.5. Oh, 18. Suter gets it. Suter's pitched it. I feel better about that. Konate's not played enough games. We can't be doing that. Come on, guys, for ourselves. You know, you don't want to embarrass yourselves. Konate out. Suter, well done, son. The big man up top nearly got himself a goal, didn't he, against Argentina? Right, left back. I think this should be absolutely cut and dry. I'm actually intrigued to see who the other nominees are. Time will tell. Left back, off you go. Vote. I mean, I'm trying to think of some other options here. There's only one in my mind. There really is only one in my mind. But I'm intrigued to see what you guys have got to say. I'll actually just go to the chat with this one. Yeah. I think use the surnames. Make sure you just use the surnames because you don't want to mix it up. I'm intrigued. What I'm going to do is do it blind for a bit and then we will reveal. So I'll tell you some of the nominees that are arriving, let's say, at least, okay? Sosa. Can we talk about Sosa? Because Sosa I thought was awful. Yeah, I saw some tweets from different people saying that Sosa was really, really good. Luke Shaw, Anthony Robinson, Acuna, Teo Hernandez, Davies? This is an easy one. I don't want to waste too much time on it. Teo Hernandez out in front, 36.33. I think this is really, really cut and dry. He's miles ahead of anyone else in the competition in terms of left backs. We're locking it in. We are definitely locking it in. Teo Hernandez, well done. Because you are a reflection of me to a point because you and me, we're one. All right? So don't spoil it by being stupid. We nearly did that with the centre-backs, okay? Don't be stupid. Carry that into the rest of the week. No stupidity, please. Thank you. Right, we move on to defensive midfielder. Now, listen to what I'm saying. Don't spam this poll with stupid names, okay? Defensive. All right? Okay? Because I'll take these polls away and then you won't be involved. Is that what you want? I don't think it is. Okay, we move. Let's see. The poll is live. Let's see the options come in. All will be revealed, of course. All will be revealed. Brozovic. Tyler Adams, an option as well. I think Tyler Adams did himself some good on the world stage, let's say. Wasn't able to take it that next level. Declan Rice had a very strong tournament, grew game by game. As you guys know, I wasn't really sure about him in that role initially, but he proved me wrong. He really, really did. Tyler Adams, Declan Rice, and of course, Amrabat is someone on a lot of people's lips. Tchouaméni. There seems to be 4 key players here. Kimmich chucked in as well, which is what? Yeah, sure. I'm going to show you it here. And I think Allcott with 2.63%. Don't vote for me. Don't vote for me. Right, so I think you've got 4 nominees now. Here we go for your defensive midfielder. So just re-vote for these 4. Amrabat, Adams, Declan Rice, and Tchouaméni. There's only 1 spot available, guys. Lee Catamol being chucked in there. Casemiro. I'm surprised Casemiro hasn't been spoken about, actually. I thought if Brazil go further, obviously he does much better. But he was absolutely fantastic against Serbia and the second game. I can't remember who it was. In the first game, I've said this a few times, so forgive me, but Brazil basically had a double pivot with Paqueta, and then in the second half they just went, actually gone. Casemiro just went, I'll deal with all of this. You just go off and let's go get that goal. And that's what Casemiro did. He's got such a part to play for Man United. I thought he was a little bit spent, but he's not. He's really, really good. Right, where are we? 50% of the vote, an absolute landslide. I think we've got something here now. That is good. So we let you get it out of your system. The little funny, silly little poll. Oh, what do we put Lee Camel? You idiots. And then get rid of that. Just get it out of your system. Oh, Joe Linton, that's really funny. It's not funny anymore. We did that. It was funny the first time. But now we're trying to become more sophisticated here. So we have our 4 options. And then all of a sudden, look at that. We've got ourselves a high quality poll. Okay. Congratulations, guys. You're part of something special. Okay. We move on. Amrabat goes in. Amrabat. Am I spelling it right? I hope so. If I'm not, I apologise. Right. This is a big one. This is a juicy one. This is one which is going to get you a little bit angry, but that's part of the fun, isn't it? Okay. We've got 2 midfield places here. 1 poll. Two midfield places, 1 poll. You seen that video? Yeah, it's disgusting. So this is for attacking midfielders / box-to-box midfielders. So not defensive midfielders anymore, okay? I'll let you warm up. I'll let you warm up in the poll. Imagine not being here live. Imagine not being here live. You'd be embarrassed. If you're watching this and you weren't here live, look at the fun we're having. Right, attacking or box-to-box midfielder. We begin, we're off, and we're flying. And who are the options? Let's see. Now, I saw a few people in the chat going, English bias. He's going to put in Bellingham in there. Yeah, he's definitely a nominee. Is he in my team? I will reveal my entire team at the end of this video, so stick around. It's called a hook. But let's see who's on their way. So we've got, this is where everyone's taking it seriously now. Nice. Do you know what? Musa. Oh, Musiala. I thought you might put him. Actually, put Musa in here. Now, Musiala, in terms of shot creating actions, his are really high. And considering he only played 3 games, he actually had an amazing tournament. So we've got Unahi, we've got Griezmann, Bellingham, Modric, Fernandes, De Paul. Griezmann spelled differently. Enzo is another one. So just stay with the surnames, guys. Stay with the surnames. All right. Are we ready to look? Bellingham is in there at the moment. Let's run through these nominees that we've got here. So I think we've got our 5 now. I think we've got 5 here. Okay, this is interesting. Right, let's have a look. So Griezmann currently out on top, 23%. Bellingham, 22%. Modric, 12%. Unahi, 10%. Fernandes, 6.33%. I think those are your 5. Okay? So vote for, if you haven't voted for someone like that, go back and vote for those guys because we're narrowing it down now. Sophistication, as we were talking about. McAllister is not a bad shout either. I've got to be honest. I think I've been really, really impressed by him. So Griezmann's created 7 big chances. I've got a preview for the final coming out, and he's a big part of it, integral to how they've been playing. Obviously, different style of play. He's created more chances than anyone else. Bellingham, he's got 4.2 tackles and interceptions each game. Unahi, in terms of where he started to where he's got to, like no one knew who this guy was. So it depends if you feel like that's worthy of putting him into the team at the tournament. Modric, with just unbelievable displays. I think 94 touches per game. Was he brilliant? Or were we just saying he was brilliant? I tell you what, again, I'm going to keep coming back to this Brazil game. He was brilliant in the Brazil game. But there were other games where I wasn't so sure. And Enzo Fernandez, who didn't actually start the tournament. He didn't start it. He's done it again. But he scored a great goal. And then after that, it's been very, very good for them. People saying De Paul as well. Right, you have made your decision. We go back. Bellingham and Griezmann. Not my pick. So don't go after me with the biasing. And of course I'm biased. I'm English. It's World Cup. You eggs. I'm just hammering you. I'm really sorry. Bellingham and Griezmann are the 2. 21.4 21.44. Well, both got the same amount there. Unahi just missing out on 50%. I say just missing out. He missed out by quite a way. Right. So this is good. Energy in this team now. We've got some great legs in Bellingham. I think you've made the right decision there. It's going to be so interesting to see if our mind's exactly the same. What I will reveal is that you've done well in the midfield. Let's say that, okay? Right, front three. Now, I think there's two that are really easy here, and I think there's one that's a little bit tricky, okay? I'm intrigued to say. Pretty Patel. Just missed out, sadly. Sorry, someone in the chat said Pretty Patel as a box-to-box midfield. Forget it. Okay, right. We're moving on to wide forwards here. Wide forwards. And I don't mean... I'm not talking like Andy Reid. I'm talking forwards that play out wide, okay? Off you go. Off you go. And I will pick two. I think this is an easy one. I'm just going to let that flow. I don't know how. And then we're going to have a central striker. Central striker. So the Gakpos, the Girouds, the Alvarezes, the Abubakars, the Harry Kanes. Don't vote just yet. Now's not the time for that. Okay? It's about your wingers. It's your Ziyech. It's your Sakas. It's your Rashfords. It's your Mbappes. It's your Lionel Messis. You know? What else have we got here? Kudos. Or Kudus. How do you say it? Kudus. Buffal. Another option there as well. Cummings. Yeah. Let's see as it rises up. Now, three options are revealing themselves, and I think rightly so. I think this is I don't want to waste too much time. I don't want to waste too much because I think there's a final question where these two come into play, right? Where the final question I've got a little Wonder World word map at the end of this where we're basically going to say when we think of this World Cup, who will we think of? Because, of course, we've got a final with two protagonists. Messi, Saka, and Mbappe. Currently, Mbappe not in there. I think those are the three nominees, okay? Saka, Messi, and Mbappe. Saka scored 3 goals, was it? Mbappe's on 5, played more games, though. Saka absolutely destroyed Theo Hernandez, who's in the team of the tournament. Mbappe's creating a little bit as well. His XG's through the roof. Should he have scored more? Could say so. Messi, 5 goals, 3 assists. No one's created more chance. Actually, that's not true. I think Griezmann's numbers, by the way, Griezmann's numbers are possibly better than Messi's. If you go along it, he's in a better team. But still, I think, yeah, we'll talk about that. In terms of player of the tournament, the name that we think about when we think about the tournament, I think there are 3 names, maybe 4 that we chuck in. Right, wide forwards. Let's see what we've got here. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Take a breath and release. Mbappe, 32%. Messi, 29%. Saka has dropped down once everyone started being serious and just misses out. I think, come on. I think that's about right. Imagine having a team of the tournament. Oh, wrong one. Imagine having a team of the tournament and you didn't have these 2 in there. It has to be. What I would say, as amazing as Mbappe has been and is, 1, he's missed some chances, and 2, Hakimi had him in his pocket a little bit. Not totally. Maybe not totally. Matt Bellington goes with good win there. God bless you. That's very sweet. No. Shh. Right. We have 1 spot, and this is a belter. Great way to end it, really. Because when it comes to strikers, there are, as I said, there's a few nominees there. So take a breath, think about it. Messi is a pen merchant in this tournament. I don't hate that shout. That is some dangerous stuff. Right, here we go. You might have to vote again if you've already voted. Final vote for your team in the tournament, not mine. Yours. I will not be associated with this. Although, I think it's pretty sound, actually. I think you guys have done well so far. Don't spoil it now. So, through they come. Ali McCoy. Hey, I don't hate it. Pinaldo. Enner Valencia. Lukaku. Missed 5 big chances in about 20 minutes, didn't he? That was crazy. I was at that one as well. Absolutely. We were just like, what is going on? Petkovic. Nah, I'm joking. He's terrible. Abubakar, Gareth Bale, Richarlison, Gakpo, Alvarez, Giroud. I think we have our 4 or 5. I kind of want to tuck Abubakar and Valencia in there as well because I think they did brilliantly. Let me show you it. So those are your nominees at the moment. Push for the one you want. And by the way, so as you're pushing, do me a favour, hit the like button as well. I like these lives, and if you're enjoying them, then smash the like button because it will get it out to more people. And subscribe to the channel if you're new and you enjoy these ones. We're going to be doing loads more. I've got some good ideas. I'm going to do some wicked like squad building and all sorts of stuff. So join the JLA community. So Giroud, Alvarez, Richarlison. There's only one spot here. Gakpo. I think those are the final 4 here. It really is down to 2, and I thought it would be. It's interesting that you guys have done the same. You guys have gone with Giroud and Alvarez as that top 2. I think that so I can't even remember what I put down now. I think I went with Alvarez. And the reason I went with Alvarez was because I think Giroud, as brilliant as he's been, I think France would have been okay without him, probably. I know he helps in terms of the hold-up play and all that stuff, but actually they've played on the counter-attack for the last 2 games, for large parts of it. Maybe that's being harsh. I do think Alvarez, in terms of what he's sort of dragged through the team, I thought was pretty impressive. Richarlison scored 3 goals, scored 2 of the best goals in the tournament, let's say. Gakpo, absolutely clinical. I think sometimes you get let down by, if your team doesn't go really far, then you're not going to do that well. And I think that's what's kind of gone on here. You guys are going with Giroud. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 36%. Giroud, you've made it in, son. I mean, all-time scorer for France as well. It's pretty impressive stuff. Let's put him in there. Giroud. But what did I say? What was my team? Well, I will reveal that. That is your team. That is yours. That's got nothing to do with me. I'm just the sort of, what's the word? Conduit. Is that the right word? You went with Bono. It's not a bad team, you know. That is not a bad team. Do you like the team? That's what I'd like to know. And I'll have one last thing, as I said to you, that I would ask, and then I'll reveal my team, okay? So, keywords here. When it comes to, when you think of this World Cup, what player do you think of? So this is a different kind of poll. This will look different, but just put that in. When you think of this World Cup, what player, just their surname, simple as that, do you think of? I just want to see if there is anyone else. Okay, wow. I think obviously once people have done, and it's just that number 1. Is that it? Is it anyway? And also, after the final, do you think we'll think the same thing? Be it in tears or be in glory. It's just always going to be all about Messi. That's amazing. This is really interesting. Feel free to chuck in some other players that you think of, just think players that when you think of the World Cup, because I think Bellingham. I think when I think of this World Cup, I think Bellingham. And, Messi number 1, of course. That is actually beautiful, isn't it? Isn't that interesting? Unahi. Pulisic for the Americans. Yep. Amrabat, I think, really, really stepped up as well. Interesting stuff. Okay. So it's going to all be about Messi. We'll come back to that. I do want to show you my team. So let me. Let's see if we've got the similar thing. So here is my lineup. That is the team that I went for. Isn't that interesting? 2 changes. 2 changes. So I had a different goalkeeper. I had Livakovic. I had Saiss as my centre-back. But the fullbacks and the midfield exactly the same. 2 wide players exactly the same. And I went with Alvarez over Giroud, which, I mean, I just think he's impressed me massively. Absolutely massively. Okay. We'll go back to that. It's all about Messi. Right, guys. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Hit the like button. Hit the notification bell. That's the crucial one. And join me. I'm going to be doing a live stream for the final. It's too big a game not to do. So if you want to join me, 2:45 on Sunday, we're going to chill out. And you can talk to me on Discord if you want to. We'll do sort of a fan thing. It's going to be great fun. Okay, so as I said, hit the buttons that matter. Let me know your team in the comments down below and how you felt about that team. And what I must say is, well done you. Because actually, when it came down to it, you did bloody well there. That's a good, solid team that you've put together. Guys, thank you so much. Lots of love.